Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. In the last episode, we hunted down the antlion and tracked down the key the little kid dropped to here on the Fallen Coast. In this episode, we'll be exploring a bit more. Well, not exploring a bit more, we'll be doing a few more hunts. Let's see. Since I'm running a little bit behind on hunts, I figured I'd try and pick up 3 this time instead of my usual 1 or 2. There are a few weak ones that I think I can do all 3 of them now that I normally just skip over. So let's go pick those up. And why am I walking? I can just teleport to the Sand Sea. You know what? We're already walking. Commit! Commit! I kind of forgot to explain in that, or tell you in that last episode that I really, and I mean really, really hate kids. Like, really. Kids are horrible. I really don't want to raise any. Like, if I ever want to adopt someone, they'll probably be a teenager who can move out soon after I adopt them. Kind of a waste, but I don't care. Anyway, notice board time. Our next hunts are going to be the Vorpal Bunny. Let's see. Well, this one is in Erut Village. Let's see. We'll also be hunting down the Mind Flayer. Yeah, I think I'm doing these a bit out of order, but you know what? It's fine. These are all close to each other. And last but not least, the Bloodwing. Yeah, sorry, I did these in a different order on last time, but the last time I did these, my video file got corrupted. Oh well, it'll be fine. Alright, so since that Mind Flayer is the closest, that's where we're gonna start. So teleport to the South Gate. And then we touch this crystal and go to Jahara, Land of the Geth. Oh. So, the person who posted the hunt is gonna be this guy right here, Warrior Guromu. I'm sorry, but I'm quite busy now. Can you not see? Please, ask your questions of another. Wait, you're here about the mark? Truly, you will slay the Mind Flayer? Then quickly, go you to the Hene Mines. My friend has gone within and does not return. He knows the Mind Flayer lurks inside. If it were not a Mind Flayer, our warriors would go. Yet, for some reason, we Gareth cannot withstand its attacks. The Mind Flayer is fond of mist. It is drawn, too, to entities that possess magical power. Where the mist is densest, you will find it. Recently, it has been seen at the Phase 1 dig. Enter the mines from Osmone Plain and bear right. Please help my friend and help Stalu. Alright. Oh, there's no cockatrice there. You know what? We'll deal with it later. We're gonna have to come back to report our success on the hunt anyway. We'll deal with the cockatrice later. Okay, so let's talk to Gertie here. Welcome to the Chocobo stables. Yeah. 30 coins to rent a Chocobo, avoid all enemies, and travel faster. It sounds like I'm ripping you off, lady. Anyway, off to the Hene Mines. And we are here. I always get caught up on the scenery somehow, though, so let's get off the Chocobo. And this hunt in particular can be a little bit tricky because you need to enter the part of the mines it's in with full MP. Just gonna kill these enemies here because I have to touch the not the crystal, but the gate port up ahead. So, if you are coming in here to hunt it and you have a black mage in your party, it might be a good idea to swap them out temporarily, or just try and run past all the enemies. Then again, though, black mages do get an upgrade to where when they kill an enemy with a spell, they recover MP. And if your black mages are killing all the enemies that thoroughly, then you don't need to worry about it. Anyway, the Phase 1 dig is this section here. I am doing these a little bit out of order from the last time I did them, so hopefully my save files aren't too off-kilter, but worst case, I should be able to get everything on track just fine. So yeah, my numbers and equipment and everything's just going to appear a little off because of that, and I'm sorry about that. But it could have been worse. I could have been stuck having to start the game over from scratch to have to get back to this point. I'm so glad I don't have to do that. So much grinding. Where are these guys? Oh, stupid teleporting ponies. There it is. Now, the Mind Flayer himself, he has a few tricks up his sleeve that I have already forgotten about. I think despite being a very magical-oriented enemy, he actually isn't all that resistant to magic, so again, a black mage should be able to deal some good stuff to him. However, since he is also a spellcaster, you may want to actually hit him with Berserk. So that way he doesn't actually use a lot of his good stuff. He does have one skill that will restore his HP. He only uses it once, but it'll fully restore his HP and then also buff him with Faith, Bravery, and Haste. So if you can get Berserk to stick onto him before that happens, that would be great. And Fran keeps missing. How could you keep missing, Fran? You have one job. Let's see if an item can do it, actually. Bacchus's wine. Yeah, probably a bit of a waste to be using it here. Yeah. And we got it to work. And then the other trick up his sleeve, if you don't get Berserk to stick, is that he can use a skill called Invert. It swaps the character's HP and MP values. So Invert can be very, very dangerous. Make sure you have a healer ready to heal the moment you see that being cast, because your MP values are always going to be significantly lower than your HP values. Although that said, on the PlayStation 2 copy of the game, Inverse is actually a very beneficial skill if you like to do quickening. Well, I guess the term is a quickening burn, where you just go in and fire off a quickening chain and try and kill the enemies before they can react. If that's your preferred strategy for dealing with enemies, then Invert is one of your best friends, because then your enemy is basically refilling your mischarges. Although it does kill your character, so you'll want them to restore a little bit of their MP before he hits them with Inverse. So that guy can actually be a bit easier if you prefer to quickening burn. Alright, let's get on our wayward chocobo and go back to Jahara. And then I suppose in other news, I've been trying to pick up the mobile game Fate Grand Order, because they put my favoriteest character in the Fate series in there. The writer from Fate Zero. He's pretty much the only reason I even picked up that game. That and to see the other characters. And the premise itself is kind of interesting, but yeah. You have slain the Mind Flayer? Ah, this is truly good news. knows? I am sure that Astalu will return to the village soon. Ah, this reminds me. The Geomancer wished to speak with you. He has heard of your feats, no doubt. And thank you for your help. Please, take this as your reward. That mystic armor is a bit weaker than what we got now, but that's a-okay. I know of your skill, by which you defeated the Mind Flayer. I know of your heart, by which you saved a youth of our village. Because of these things, I thought to guide you to the depths of the Hene mines. But no, I feel it is yet too soon. You would not be able to quell the great power that lies sleeping in Hene mines, not as you are now. To grasp such power and hold it, you first need gather about you the protection of many great beings. Do this and return to me. Yeah, you need about 10 espers to do that side quest. Anyway, let's figure out what's going on here. You can speak the tongue of the cockatrice? Then ask this one why it has come here. Hello, Shuri's me name, and pecking it stuffs me game. Not to worry, I ain't gonna peck ya. I'm just having a laugh in it. Me? I live with the nomads back in Giza. Normally, I mean. But I got it into me head to find out how the other half live, so I thought I'd come here. Didn't realize how far it was, but I got here in the end, and met a load of them nice Gariffs. Cor, what about them masks, eh? Wish I had one. Have you learned anything of the bird? Yeah, it came from the Giza Plains. Ah, from the lands of the Giza nomads. Yes, this is quite a journey for such a bird. Please tell the great chief that we have a visitor from the Giza Plains. And I think we can also tell him that we... Oh, never mind. I thought we had to tell him that he likes the masks, but I guess that's irrelevant. Kinda wish I'd done it first, though. Anyway, we talked to the great chief here. A visitor from Giza. Ah, it will not do to let her leave empty-handed. I am quite indebted to the nomads there. I would ask a favor of you. Would you deliver this to our guest for me? And also pass on my regards to Brinoa, elder of the nomads? Yeah, I wonder if he actually knows it's a cockatrice. Did Vaughn explain that to him? I have no idea. Point is, I love all these Gariff just standing around looking at it. Anyway, talk to Shuri again. Yeah, a present from the Gariff chief himself? For me? Little old Shirley? You're having a laugh, ain't ya? Eh? You serious? Blimey. Present from the Gariff chieftain, eh? Oh, them Gariffs out don't have to know how to treat a lady in it. Oh, just wait till I tell the others about this. That'll ruffle a few feathers. And then talk to the Gariff herder one more time. Ah, you have told the great chief. Thank you. Now, Shuri, you can return to Giza with your gift. I am sure your family waits for you. I am glad to see the cockatrice safely on its way. Many thanks to you for your help. I had heard rumors of this device that allows one to speak to the cockatrice, but never did I expect you to go find one. The feather of the flock, it is called? Oh, how I wish there was such a thing for Nana, the beak of the herd, maybe? Well, at least the mystery of the cockatrice is solved. I thank you. Here, for you. Platinum dagger. Now, I was reading up a bit more on it, and the Great Cockatrice Escape, which is where all the cockatrices leave, the Giza Plains, it's triggered to happen right after you finish in the Draclor laboratory. And then, rather cleverly actually, they flagged one of the cockatrices to show up in Balfenheim. I actually missed it the first time I was there, but there is a cockatrice in there, so it's pretty easy to tell when the quest starts because you'll be in a place where you can see that it started. Anyway, we're off to our next hunt, which is in Eryut's village. And I call it the Great Cockatrice Escape, but it's actually not at all difficult to do. Most of the cockatrices are pretty easy to track down. And And the stuff they want you to do, it's also pretty easy. Like that one, you just had to talk to NPCs. I think the one in Valvenheim is also talking to NPCs. You know, really easy stuff. Still though, they give you good rewards. It's a really nice quest to do. I love the Chocobo rep. Anyway, we're gonna have to get off the Chocobo so we can talk to the forest. Be like, hey forest, how's it going? Oh, sorry, the wood. I don't know, saying you're a wood whisperer seems like a weird euphemism for a prostitute. Anyway, here we are in Erud's village. Let's go ahead and touch the crystal here. And then go in. Alright, let's see. I believe our petitioner is up here. Yes, Mira. You come because of the bill I posted. Then you will hear me tell of the Vorpal Bunny? Thank you. Then I shall begin. The Vorpal Bunny is a black dream hare that appears only once each 7 years. The tail of this hare is a component vital in the making of vision dust, an incense said to fill the minds of those who breathe it with illusion. For a Viera salve maker, the preparation of vision dust is a rite of passage, one that Alja has yet to fulfill. Ever she remains an apprentice. Experience and skill she has, but the Vorpal Bunny eludes her capture. It is too quick, but for a lame leg, Alja would be a salve maker even now. They would chasten me for looking without for aid, but the tension between woodwarder and salve maker of late leaves me little choice. Turn to you I must, but speak of this to no one. If the elders knew of the petition, they might guess at my involvement. The Vorpal Bunny isn't all that tough to hunt. It is custom for an escort of woodwarders to accompany a salve maker on her hunt for the dream hare. But Alja cannot ask the woodwarders for aid. Not now. It would be 7 years before she has this chance again. Must she wait so long? Find the Vorpal Bunny, and she need not. It is found somewhere in the Golmore jungle. I shall await your return at the entrance to the village. Oh, excuse me. I forgot what I was saying. Alright, anyway, Viera politics sound a lot like American politics. Just two sides thinking they're different from each other, yelling at each other about how they're all wrong about everything, despite the fact that they pretty much agree on everything. More or less. I don't know. Well, not necessarily agree on everything, but have the same goals in mind. Just a second. Alright, and we're back. Sorry, I got a cat blustering for attention, so now he's going to sit on my lap while I do this. And I probably didn't need to tell you that. Then again, I probably did need to, because I'm going to be very distracted now. Alright, so this is the part of the Golmore jungle that the dream hare is in, and I highly recommend that you bring a time battle mage. The reason being is you want to hit the dream hare with Berserk and time battle mage. I don't know if they're the only ones that can use it at this point, but I do know for sure that Fran knows it. There's the dream hare! Get it, Fran, get it! Yeah. The dream hare's evil plan is that it's just going to keep running around Vorpal Bunny. The Vorpal Bunny's evil plan is that it's just going to keep running around and around and basically forcing you to draw aggro on every enemy in the area. And yeah, it doesn't really attack you directly. Its attacking stats are all low though, so it's pretty easy to deal with. Just a second. Alright, all good. Vorpal Bunny vanquished. And let's run around as Freya, why not? Vaughn's been getting too much time in the spotlight. Just because nothing I do matters in the game as much at this point, because I'm re-recording and I have a fresh save file from when I was done with all these side quests, does not mean I get to take a lax approach to how I was. Anyway, back to Eruyt Village. Sorry, a bit of a trek, and I went the wrong way. But overall worthwhile. Now let's speak to the wood again. Get in those prostitution skills. And then moving forward. Be oh so quiet. I do not wish to suffer the scorn should they see us speak. Follow me at a distance. And so, of course, Vaughn walks directly behind her, because why not? Thank you. With this, Alja can prepare the vision dust. The hidden path from Golmor you took to reach our village. Its scent, you recall? Light on the breeze, so sweet. That is the scent of the vision dust. On Viera, it has no effect, but it clouds the minds of other races, keeping our village hidden from the world. I was told someone had hunted the Vorpal Bunny. Was it you? Alja, do not be angry. Hear what I would say. How long have you studied under Hala, yet you remain a salve apprentice because you have not prepared the vision dust? I know how you have worked to become a salve maker. I wished only to help. And your leg, I know of that too. Enough, Nira. That was an accident. No more. You were protecting a salve maker who ventured into Golmor, were you not? Since then, bickering, a rift between Wood Warder and Salve Maker, where they should not work as one with the Elder. Is it not so? Yes, I was wounded that day protecting a Salve Maker. The path of the Wood Warder was closed to me forever. But what happened on that day I would not change. I acted as I must to protect a Salve apprentice on her hunt. I fulfilled my duty. There were times when I mourned my loss, but the decision to leave the Wood Warders and become a salve maker was my own. You must be clear about this. I hold no one to blame. As you say, only use this and prepare the vision dust. You must promise. This I will do, Nira. I am sorry to have burdened you with our troubles. For the dream hare's tale, you have my thanks. Woo! Lightning arrows! And then, there is one more thing we can do here while we're in Eruyt Village. And I highly recommend taking care of it. Well, at the very least, it's part of the Great Cockatrice escape, and you do have to do this part of it before you do the part that's in another area. So if you're going out of your way for the Great Cockatrice escape, make sure you start here. Anyway, Chit is here. That Viera bird won't stop staring. She don't look very happy to me. Wonder what's up with her. Nothing serious, I hope. Mjerne, pretty name. I hate seeing a fellow bird so miserable. Maybe I can do something to cheer her up a bit. Mjorn! Whence has this cockatrice come? These beasts, too, know loneliness. Is that a dewdrop pebble you have there? They are said to bring fortune to you on the day you find them. I remember gathering pebbles with my sister. Dewdrop pebbles are no common stones. They sometimes rain down with the afternoon showers or during thick morning fogs. They cannot be carried beyond the village, for they vanish. The pebbles can exist only here, not unlike the Viera. Them sparkly pebbles ain't half pretty, are they? Shame you can't take 'em out of the village. Hang about, how the heck do I know that? And just how many of these blinking things do I need to fetch to cheer up Mjorn then, eh? Alright, so, yeah, for Chit here, we're going to be collecting the dewdrop pebbles. They're scattered out all throughout the Erute village, and basically our goal here is just find them all and bring them back to Mjorn. They can be a bit tricky to notice because, you know, they're nothing spectacular, just sparklies scattered around the map. My recommendation is to just look it up. Or, you know, just run around a little bit and wait until you hear that noise that says there's something you can interact with nearby. Might be tricky, though, because there's a lot of NPCs in the area, but ultimately it's not too tough. Let's see, there should be one about here? I thought it was here. Maybe it's on the other side. There it is! Dewdrop pebble. Let's see, and then there's one right here. I forget how many there are. I should have looked that up. You know what? It's fine. We'll find them all anyway because I am like super special awesome at finding glowing things. I do so love sparklies. Very stereotypical, wouldn't you say? Although, speaking of sparklies, I was so sure there was another one in this part. Guess not. We'll figure out if there's something wrong when I go back to Mjorn, and nothing happens. Kinda sad that Fran doesn't come into the village to talk more to Mjorn, but I suppose in a way that's good of Fran to not burden her sister too much. Especially since last time she told her sister to just forget about her. Anyway, there's one in here, but we can't reach it, but she can. That light, what is it? A stone? There aren't any by the save crystal. In fact, if you try to go to the save crystal, you'll get the warning message that'll pop up saying that if you leave, you'll lose all your dewdrop pebbles. Then, if that happens, you just have to go through and find them all again. I think they'll be on all the exact same spots. Let's see, I believe there's one down here too. Yes! And a treasure. Just ether. But that was not there the first time I was here. I remember. I guess the treasures do come in, do spawn in a little bit later. Who knew? The internet probably knew. The internet knows a lot of stuff. But the internet is also tricksy. They said the world was going to end on the 18th, and yet it didn't. Anyway, I don't know if I got them all. Let's go back and talk to Mjorn and see if we can finish this up. This beast seems to show an interest in the pebbles. I thought I might show it more should I find any. Have you found any more? The dewdrop pebbles fall in great number. It is not usual to find so many, and all of a common size, as though someone were gathering them. Sparkle, sparkle. I'm blooming sure I'm forgetting something. Now, what the heck was it? Ooh, I'd forget me bleeding beak if it weren't screwed on. I'm gonna go crackers trying to remember. Let's see. One more. Oh yeah, we found them all. I believe its memory is lost. Looking on the pebble seems to be of some help, though. It is close now to remembering. I can feel it. You have found more of the pebbles? Thank you. I think this should be enough to help our visitor. You have gathered many dewdrop pebbles. Enough even to make a pendant, I would think. A sparkly pendant? Now where have I heard that before? Oh, I can't sodden well remember. Mirren, love, them sparkly pebbles. Have you remembered? As a matter of fact, I have. Everything from start to finish. I was gathering them sparkly pebbles because I thought as they'd make a nice pendant, see? Only trouble was, they'd vanish every time I tried to take them out of the village. So I had a bit of a think, and I thought, what if I got them out so fast they wouldn't know they'd gone? And that's when I made a break for it. The rest is memorable. You are lucky to have been caught on the tree. Lucky, too, that its limbs held fast. A fall from this height would have been fatal. When the wood warders reached you, you were quite unconscious. And now I'd better be on my way. They'll be wondering where I've got to. Oh, and that Tara girl's such a little darling. Wouldn't want to worry her more than I have already. She can be a bit sensitive, see? A kindred spirit. Now, don't go talking like that, girl. You're a grown woman. You've got to keep your head held high. I was about to give you all them sparkly pebbles I found, eh? How'd you like that? Now that I really should get going, it's back to good old Giza for this bird. Thank you for all your help with them pebbles, darling. I'd never remember Tara without them. Cheerio! Ooh, and a yoichi bow. Alright, so now that we've gotten taken care of everything we can do for now in Ariut Village, it's time to move on to the next place, which will be the Dalmasca Ester Sand. Yeah, Ester Sand is going to be where we hunt down the next mark, and then I'll do one more bit of the Great Chocobo. Or a great cockatrice escape, too. Yeah, I never know what accent to do with these with these cockatrices. I think they're supposed to be Australian. Alright, number 381. You come about the bill? Gonna kill that bloodwing for me? You were in Naldena, weren't you? Yeah, you're the one went picking a fight with the Guza. Then you made your escape. Am I right? No use denying it. Hell, I was a prisoner there too. Me and my buddy made our escape just after you did. Made it through one of the walls and tunneled our way out with our hands. Come out in the Barheem Passage. Thought we were free. Had scarcely moved when a bloodwing swooped out of the gloom. It didn't land any serious bites on me, but my friend, number 982, weren't so lucky. I hefted him on my shoulder, jumped down in the water, and eventually washed up here. I feel like I've been given a second chance. I don't mean to waste it. First, I gotta see number 982 here gets the revenge he deserves. That's why you gotta kill this bloodwing. It's lurking deep in the west annex of the Barheem Passage. Show it no mercy. The hunt begins. So the Bloodwing, I probably should have picked that hunt up on the way to Zolera, because it's on the way to Zolera. Well, I should say Zolera's lair now, that I've actually summoned him. Well, beaten him and summoned him. Alright, let's head on in. Run away! really no need to kill these low-level enemies. Although I suppose once I get to the area with stronger enemies, I could keep fighting them. But I don't really need to do that either, so we'll just keep running away like scared little chickens. Bagok. I do kind of like the barking passage though, but I might be a bit biased because I figured out how to get back here all by myself. That was before I looked up a guide, and Zolera is one of the very few optional espers I actually managed to find and defeat all by myself. They definitely have a lot of secrets in this game, and they're very tricky to uncover if you don't know what you're doing or you don't have access to a guide. So the few secrets I find myself, those tend to be the ones I remember most fondly. Although, once we're in this part of the area, we're going to have to start fighting all the enemies because we don't want to have to deal with them while fighting the Bloodwing, who spawns about halfway through. And while I'm pretty sure most of these would just stop chasing us after a while, I don't want to have to deal with that. Yeah. You know what, let's go ahead and give Balthier the screen time. Why not? Yeah. I might regret it later since we're going to be fighting a flying enemy. But Balthier did get a sexy new bow, too. Let's see, Ash's turn. Let's make sure she has that opal ring. Because the skeletons here do love to use Reflect when they notice a spellcaster. Thank goodness knights get a suit. It's definitely that access to late game white magic that makes Knight and Monk a bit appealing. Alright. Just gonna keep moving forward. You don't get to put people to sleep. Bloodwing should be spawning here soon. These ghosts. Hopefully it spawns here soon, because there it is! Okay, so the Bloodwing is a flying enemy, so make sure your party is equipped with all their stuff to handle flying enemies, and it's also weak to holy. Beyond that, it can steal HP with Leech. If you really want to keep it from doing that, just find a way to hit it with the status condition Disease. And then Eerie Soundwave there is basically a circular area of effect. It'll hit anyone who's close enough to the Bloodwing. But ultimately, aside from the fact that it's flying, it's not that tough to deal with. Especially since at this point in the game you can get that Yoichi bow for the Great Cockatrice Escape. And telekinesis from the, let's see, what's the name of that place again? Cerobi Step. Yeah, you can get telekinesis from the Cerobi Step. So hopefully flying enemies aren't going to be a problem no matter how you're playing this game. Although that said, Knight actually doesn't get very easy access to telekinesis, and it costs a lot of license points for Shikari to do it. And then the only other... No, that's it. Those are the only 2 jobs that actually need telekinesis. I mean, White Mage might want it, because once they start using great swords, they won't be able to hit flying enemies as easily with their weapons. But White Mages also have access to some offensive magic, and a magic stat to back it up, so that's not really going to be an issue. Anyway, moving on and back. I lost Libra, so I'm probably going to run into a bunch of traps. Let's give Ash a moment to re-equip that, and then run away. I really wish there was a teleport stone in here, but sadly there are not, I don't think. Right, there's one back there. Yeah, I'm just gonna teleport back to the Ester Sand. How did I not notice this was a teleport crystal before? Unless I got changed into one after we got out of here. Well, it works. Alright, so first let's hand in the hunt. Kill that Bloodwing, did you? Now maybe my friend and I can both rest easy. Thanks, boy. Stun bombs, neat. I've one last thing to do before moving on. Got to lay my friend to rest in his home soil. Pity, after all this time, I never learned his name. Now I'll be heading off. Thanks for your help. My new life begins today. Yeah, a shame they both didn't make it. Alright, so first we talk to Chit here. Or not Chit, Sasan. I want to see Tori, but I ain't going near that bleeding Nathal. I ain't thick. Then after you do that, talk to Chigiri and let him know you want to cross over. Cross the river, and then he'll bring up the cockatrice. Have you seen that cockatrice in the village? Its name's Sasan. Comes around every now and again. I think it's friends with Tori. You should help Sasan cross the river to her. But poor Sasan's scared to death of Nathal, so it won't be easy. Yeah, so this is a little mini game, or a little puzzle, but it's really easy. Just bring Nathal across first. Let's go, Nathal. Here, boy. Skip the cutscene. I said skip the I keep hitting the wrong button. Alright, and then once you have Nathal across, cross the river again. Take no one with you. Skip the cutscene. And then we cross back, go back across. Let's see. And this time, bring Errol, who is the little boy who plays with the little puppy that was here, Nathal. And then last but not least, get back across the river. Take no one with you. Skip this in. And one more time, we cross the river. We bring Sasan with us. Ooh, excuse me. I should probably take a break. I've been talking too much. Here we go, Sasan. Atta boy. Alright, and then Sasan will go right up to Tori. I bloomin' missed you, Tori. What's it gonna take to get you to settle down with me, eh? Well, if it isn't Sasan. Run away from Giza again, have you? Tara must be worried sick. What's Tara got to do with it? This is between you and me, Tori. You're always trying to avoid it, but enough's enough. It's time to listen to your heart. I'm glad you came all this way to see me, but think of your poor friends back in Giza. It's not fair to them. Think how Terra must feel. You know you're the only cockatrice for me, Sasan. Now be a good boy and head back home to Giza, alright? I'm your favorite? Honest? Sure you ain't pulling me leg? You don't fancy Ren or Moomer? You know you're my favorite, Sasan. You hear that? I'm her blinking favorite! Me! Woohoo! I better hurry back to Giza and announce our plans for the wedding. Alright, Sasan, off to Giza with you now. Give my best to Terry and Dania. I'll be waiting. Can't hardly wait to see the look on everyone's face when I give them the good news, though. Woohoo! Thanks for your help, son. I'd never have gotten close enough to propose without you. Here's a little something for your trouble. Did you help Sasan reach the North Bank? That couldn't have been easy. He can be a bit of a chicken at times. Take this for your trouble. Koga blade. What is the Koga blade? Oh, it's the Earth Element sword that I already have. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call that an episode for now. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Space Oyster, signing out.